But I got your back.
Love the show, guys. Could you share some thoughts on factory farming? I've contemplated it more because of Cosmic Skeptic in part. It's made me question eating at places like Chick-fil-A. Thanks. All right, now hold on a second. First of all,
I know you're going to love this question. You've got a lot of thoughts about this question.
Well, it's one of those areas where I'm feeling the way Maple Border is. I was impacted by Cosmic Skeptic's thoughts on this. Frankly, there's one video in particular where he shows, and I know it's an emotional reaction, but that's because there's something real underneath this, I think. Mm-hmm. And that is, he shows this particular video that has a lot of the factory farming practices, and it shows these chicks, baby male chicks or female chicks, I guess male chicks. You would know, you're a chicken guy, that they don't want. Maybe they don't need as many or something. And they're going like right out of like the incubator or whatever, out of wherever they're come out of their shells and whatever they do there. And they're dumped into this, like this, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's horrific, but they slide down this like ramp into this nightmare of blades. Yeah. Some machine that looks like Shredder from the Ninja Turtles invented. And they just are diced into pieces and die. Like their whole existence after the shell, which is about 10 seconds, is a nightmarish hellscape. And then they don't exist, yes. And then they're dead. Now, when I saw that, I will admit that I think I felt what was like, there was a visceral reaction that this is ridiculously wasteful, the way we're doing it. And I'm open to the fact that I don't know enough about how all this works. Okay. There's a lot of arguments involved in this, and this isn't my area, but I'm just giving you my prima facie response because that's been asked of me. And I've been thinking about this a bit. And so that's when I saw that and I had that, we're wasteful. That's not good. If the Bible is true, we're supposed to, we have dominion over these animals, but that doesn't mean we're to be wasteful. In fact, the Bible teaches that you're to be kind to your animals, right? Yeah. So I don't have maybe a problem with killing animals in general for food, but the way we're doing it, factory farming style, did rub me. I don't know that I can't say that was the conviction of the Holy Spirit on my life.
Yes.
But then on the other hand, that doesn't mean necessarily, like I just said, that farming, like the killing of animals for human consumption, is in principle a wrong thing.
Yeah. No, I remember listening to an indigenous theologian at a Wheaton conference a few years, I guess 2012, 2013, somewhere. It's online. Anyway, it's very interesting. And he would talk about, just the art of hunting. And then, they would shoot a deer. And then they would offer thanks to the deer for giving up himself so that they could survive, very respectful. And then of course now also thanking God. He's a Christian now, theologian. And so he would also thank God for the blessing of food. Mm-hmm. And so that all seems to be noble. Mm-hmm. There's nothing noble about that. Mm-hmm. Like I want chicken farms, and if you can source your chicken from other farmers, if not, just go get the frozen chicken like I do. Because
now, in a world where factory farming does exist, yes, and Chick-fil-A does exist, let me just tell you right now, there is no question that if this is a sin, yeah, the best tasting sin is Chick-fil-A. There is no question.
Yes.
Anyone who went, but you haven't tasted Popeyes. Yes, I have. Popeyes is and Chick-fil-A does not underwrite this program. I'm just telling you, I'm sorry, that is not Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Oh, Zaxby's, go home with your Zaxby's.
Yeah. I can't.
These kids aren't always so nice. The kids are nice at Chick-fil-A.
Fried mushrooms at Zaxby's is fantastic, though. Ain't gonna lie. It's really worth having. But, okay, so as someone who actually owns 40 chickens.
And Coldplay's got a good song. It doesn't make them you too.
I would be horrified at the sight of what they, like these Tyson plants and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they're right there in Springdale, where my wife is from, and where your wife is from.
Because, like, we care for our chickens. Probably too much.
Are you kind to your animals?
Yeah, I think that we are too kind to be, but I think we could be a lot less kind to our animals and save money. But my wife won't let us be. But even though the fact that I eat meat, I will never stop eating meat. I have no desire, because like you said, killing animals for food is not inherently wrong. Okay. And so I don't side with the whole ethical veganism thing. But you can get an ally in me and say, maybe we can change our practices. Because even after inflation, a bag of chicken feed is about $14. And instead of dumping off these roosters, I guess that's what they're doing. There are people who would love to take those roosters, maybe go to Rural King and buy 2 or 3. Well, I think you have to buy, in Indiana, you have to buy a minimum of 6. And start your own little chicken farm. They do not have to just right out of the incubator slaughter them.
Right.
There are people who would, I mean, you can obviously, people buying chickens.
Why is my window so much smaller?
So, yeah,
than
we
yours?
should reform that. We
Is
should
it
get
always
Rand
that
Paul on that. Because Rand Paul recently got something about animal testing, getting rid of certain things to do with animal testing in the Senate. One of the few things that amazingly bipartisan support for. So, yeah, I mean, maybe we should look at some of that stuff. So you can get me on board for having a less cruel process at these chicken factories and some of these factory farms with beef and all of that other stuff.
I've ruined it, Bridget.
But I'm not going to stop eating meat. And I'm not going to eat the fake meat that Bill Gates wants us to eat. Because he wants me to eat fake meat.
Like cloned meat?
Like fake meat.
If they make cloned meat, will you eat it?
I'll try it. But I'm going to eat...
Will you eat clone? Never mind. Remember when we did the episode on Richard Dawkins saying that they will probably make like a human steak because they could clone
not going to eat that.
No, that's... What's wrong with you?
Not going to eat that.
Only Richard Dawkins.
I mean, I don't mind. But I'm not going to eat Bill Gates' fake meat, and I'm not going to eat the World Economic Forum's bugs. Just not going to do it.
See, I'll look here.
So
Robert Nass Worthington. Look, this is what I'm saying here, folks. I'm not an expert in this area. You might be right. I only reported what I felt when I saw what they did. All right. So in that respect, maybe I am the snowflake targeted by whoever, and I just bought it hook, line, and sinker. Maybe that's all. Maybe what I saw was was not representative of factory farming. Maybe it was selectively chosen, not necessarily by Cosmic Skeptic, but by propagandists in general.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something like that. Or maybe what I saw was horrific.
No, I've seen Clarksville, Arkansas had chicken plants spring down, up in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of times, some of what they do is just grotesque.
Well, this guy says.
When you think about steak, you think about these free-ranging cattle, all over the rolling hills of Montana or somewhere in Texas. And you think of chicken coops and all of that when you think about chickens. By the way, if you have free-range chickens like I do, you will not have grass.
Listen, Faithiest Atheist just gave us $10 more.
Pictures of chicken outside of a coop and there's grass everywhere, that's a myth.
And he said, we are all human beings. This particular episode, Going Off the Rails, is consistent with that tenet. Except the problem is, Richard, we haven't gone off the rails. This was the question we were asked.
Yeah.
We are on the rails. It's just that y'all are making the rails. And when you have 10 different people in the chat creating the railways, it's hard to say where the cars of the train will go.
The upside of factory farming is that it feeds the world like no other, or at least in the U.S. and in the West. Factory farming feeds people. It's a good thing. But if you're just being wasteful and you're just cramming all of these pigs and all of these chickens and these cramped hot, feed them slop and all of that stuff, no, we can do better. We can.
Well,
so I agree. There's good about factory farming, but let us criticize where I think that because I love animals and I eat animals, and so you can do both. You can do both.
Nate2D2 over here eating chicken feet.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't even eat my own chickens. I can't yet bring myself to eat my own chicken.
I can't yet bring myself to eat my own chickens.